Dear students, today we are going to talk about the three topics. These topics are area vector. We will also talk about another two topic, electric field lines, and also what is electric flux. So let us start today. What is area vector? If we talk about certain area, say for there is a surface, we assume, which is having the area ds, then area vector is defined as a vector. The moment we talk that it is a vector, then it must have some magnitude, it must have some direction. The magnitude of area vector is always equal to the area of the surface. Say in this case we are taking the area of the surface is ds, and the direction of area vector is directed radially outward. To the surface. So it means that, say for example, we have a surface area, say for example my curved hand, then the area vector, direction of area vector will be radially outward, means going away from the center of the curvature, so that means in this direction. And also the magnitude of the area vector, the magnitude of the area vector will be equal to the magnitude of the area itself of the surface. So this is the surface for which we are going to find the area vector. How we are going to find the area vector? We take a radially outward directed line, and then length of that line is kept equal to the area of the surface. So this is area vector. Now you see area vector is a vector, and the SI unit of area vector is meter square. So this is all about area vector. Now we are going to talk about electric field lines. What is electric field lines? You see, electric field lines is defined as, it is an imaginary line. First of all, you must understand it is an imaginary line. Electric field lines is defined as the line which tangent to which gives the direction of electric field at that point, and the total number of lines per unit area gives the magnitude of electric field at that location. So what is electric field lines? Let us define. It is imaginary line which shows the path along the positive charge. See, electric field line, say for example we talk about a source charge, plus Q is over here. Then we have electric field around it. You see, electric field due to a point source charge is shown by these arrowed lines. These are the direction of electric field due to point charge. Now, what is electric field lines? If we imagine to have a unit positive charge placed over here, or any positive charge placed over here, say test charge delta Q is placed over here, then the path along which this charge will move under the influence of electric field of the source charge Q, that path path is known as electric field lines, and it is having the important two property that tangent to these lines, electric field lines, always shows the direction of electric field, and total number of electric field lines per unit area gives the magnitude of electric field at that point. Means more are the number of electric field lines per unit area, greater will be the magnitude. You can see it is visible over here. We take the same area and here you see there are 4 lines passing through it, and we take the same area over here, there we see only 2 lines are passing through it. So that way we define electric field lines. It is an imaginary line, and the tangent to it gives the direction of electric field at that point, and the total number of electric field lines per unit area at given location. If for this location we have less electric field lines passing through the given unit area, that means electric field is magnitude of electric field is less over here, and we have more electric field lines passing through the same area over here, so that means it is having greater electric field at this location. So this is all about electric field lines, and why we are interested about it is it helps us mapping the electric field. Means whatever field exists can be pictorially represented by the line drawn. If you don't draw the line, you cannot visualize the electric field. That is why we have introduced this electric field lines. So that's all electric field lines. Now we talk about electric flux. We define electric flux. Electric flux is the total number of electric field lines passing normally through a given surface. Now it means that we can discuss it with an example to have a better understanding of this electric flux. What we have defined earlier, right now, that electric flux is total number of electric field lines passing perpendicularly through a surface. Say for example, we take one example. Say for example, we have electric field lines, uniform electric field existing over there, and a plane is perpendicularly held to it. This is a surface, plane surface. Then in this case, maximum number of electric field lines are passing through the surface perpendicularly. All the field lines are passing perpendicularly through the surface. That means whatever is the electric field intensity at this location, that number of electric field lines into area of the surface will be the electric flux for this case. Means this will be the maximum electric field lines passing through a surface when the surface is held perpendicular to the electric field E, and the area of the surface is taken to be A. Then this will be the total electric flux, total electric field lines, because you know that we have already discussed electric field lines. The property of electric field lines is that the total number of electric field lines passing per unit area is the magnitude of electric field at that point. So for unit area we have E electric field lines, so for A area we have E into A. So mathematically in general we define flux is equal to E dot ds. ds is the area vector and E is the electric field intensity at that point. You see, if you look at this case, the area vector is along perpendicular to the surface, radially outward, and electric field is also along same direction. So if we expand this expression, we have E ds into cos theta, where theta is angle between electric field and the area vector of the surface. So that way we see that if we have a different situation, if we have a different surface, let us draw it by a red line. If we have a surface placed here in this direction, then you can see the area vector of the surface will make some angle with the electric field. The area vector, say, let us call it area vector 2, and let that one earlier one, the first surface, call it area vector S1. So that way you see that in this case we have cos factor is introduced, and that means the E dot ds product into cos factor, which is always less than 1 except for one case, that is for cos 0 degree. That means in this case we have theta is equal to 0, because electric field and area vector both are along same direction. Therefore in this case here theta is equal to 0. Therefore phi E will be maximum E magnitude of E into area vector magnitude and into cos 0. Cos 0 is how much? 1. So we have maximum flux associated with this first surface, and with the second surface we have less electric flux associated with the surface, second surface. Surface 2, and let that be surface 1. So that way in this case, if we call it theta 1 and we call it theta 2, then in this case the flux, so it is very much clear that electric flux in second case is less than electric flux in first case. So here electric flux in first case is maximum, and in second case it is less than that value, phi E1. Now yet another case can be discussed when we have a surface which is along the electric field. Means if we have a surface which is along the electric field, surface 3, then in this case the area vector will be along perpendicular to the surface, and electric field will be at 90 degree to it. Therefore, in this case, phi E3 will be magnitude of A, magnitude of the area vector into cos 90 degree. And you all know that cos 90 is 0, so it becomes 0. So this is the third extreme case, that we have zero flux associated with the surface, zero flux associated with the surface if the area vector of the surface is at 90 degree to the electric field. Or you can also simplify it that surface is along the plane of the surface is along the electric field, external electric field E. So that way we have now understood that area vector ds, E dot ds will be the electric flux, and we expand it, E, magnitude of area vector into cos of the value, cos of the angle between vector E and vector ds. So that is all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.